going to talk about two aspects of my life today. One, my hobby. I ride sport bikes on a track. And two, me as a TNT Toastmaster. If I'm going to compare the two, I believe I'm weaker at being a Toastmaster as a public speaker. Why? Well, the obvious answer is I have less practice. I've been riding a bike longer. I don't think that's it though. We've been learning to communicate since the ripe age of one-ish, so the reps are there. Public speaking invokes a very uncontrolled anxiety and fear for me. I was thinking as I drove in, public speaking is very vulnerable. So a couple weeks ago, we heard David talk about fear and anxiety in public speaking, and he gave us a couple tips on how to work with that. He said, one, feel the anxiety and fear. Two, lean into it when you feel that fear. Don't pull back. So I thought, okay, I want to dig into that concept a little bit more. I want to understand why, and I want to understand the science behind it. Because one, it wasn't very logical to me. I'm over here and I ride bikes on the track. It invokes a lot of fear and anxiety, but somehow I'm able to harness that. Over here, the public speaker, I feel like I'm not able to harness that. It's uncontrolled. When I started learning how to ride a bike, I was taught smooth is fast, fast is smooth. Now what does that mean? So if you're coming up to a corner and you probably should have hit the brakes a little bit behind, what do? Panic and grab a bunch of brake? No, the back end of the bike will go up and I'll go over the handlebars. Not good. So if I come around a corner and there's another bike there going much slower, what do? Radically turn around them? No, I'll probably fall off the bike. So now a little bit to the science. Dr. Paul, please repeat or fact check me. In your brain, I read about this little almond-sized part called the amygdala. I hear it's this primitive alarm system. It's really good at acting fast. It's very bad at discernment. It doesn't understand that the risk over here, riding a bike, and the true risk is greater than me standing here in Nuno Buffet in a relatively not risky situation. We have an illogical fear of speaking. So my goal, I want to become a smoother and controlled speaker with my nerves. I see all of y'all get up and speak with ease. I even see speakers get up and actively edit their speech and add the word of the day. That's awesome. I want to dig a little bit deeper than that though. I want to contain that it factor when speaking. What's the it factor? So me and my business partner, we do enjoy watching our peers speak. Why? So I can secretly grade them. Most of them suck, stink, they're not good. There's a handful of them that are good speakers, but only very few of them have that it factor. That it factor is somebody that, yes, their structure is good, yes, they catch your attention, but they make you feel something. When you leave the speech, you feel motivated, scared, mad, as we experienced a little last week, maybe a little bit charitable. Even sometimes, they're so comfortable up there, it almost seems like they're having a long-winded, unrehearsed, one-sided conversation. A few months ago, I was lucky enough to hear the founder of Savannah Bananas baseball team speak. If y'all don't know what Savannah Bananas is, it's a baseball game, but it's mainly more entertainment than sports. He was talking about how to dive deeper and connect more with relationships. At the end of that business speech, I thought, that was the most entertaining business speech I have ever heard in my entire life. He had that it factor. I'll give one other small example. Have you ever been in a very serious conversation, one that invokes those same nerves and jitters, a battle of the wits? I'm not saying that we should weaponize our skills as speakers to win a conversation, but don't tell me there's not that little piece in your brain that sometimes says, finish them, or him, during the speech, own it. So how often do you get done with that conversation and go, I killed it, I killed it? Or how often do you walk away and an hour later you go, I wish I would have said this. I wish I would have said that. If I would have used this analogy, it would have really driven my point home. If you kill it and are able to have that recall quickly, often, 90% of the time, you have that it factor. So how do I become a smooth and controlled public speaker, even when I am nervous? How do I establish my it factor at public speaking? I believe I have to walk into this room every single week and actively work to be uncomfortable. And when I'm uncomfortable, I need to practice leaning in and work on controlling those nerves. I have to walk in each week and I have to see speakers that stand up and have that it factor and gain inspiration for them so that I can develop my own it factor. Toastmaster?